How's it going, YouTube? We are back, and if you guys see a reflection in the whiteboard, I apologize. I am watching the Dodger game while I do this, and I refuse to turn my TV off while the game is on. So a lot of stuff has happened in the last 48 hours when it comes to sports. The Braves got Orlando Arcia in exchange for Chad Sabatka and Patrick Weigel, who I believe was the Braves' number 8 prospect. So that's a pretty decent return for Orlando Arcia. I pretty much consider that a better return than what the Cardinals got for, or what the Rockies got for FERNANDO. But Rocky fan cry in the corner. This move looks like it's to allow, or not Arcia, sorry, allow Luis Urias to move over to shortstop, and allow more depth for them. Allow Colton Wong to play second. Keston's going to play first now. And then you still get Luis Urias in the lineup and don't have to worry about trying to find at-bats for him. You move Arcia out, you move Urias in. It's a smooth transition. You get a prospect out of it, and it's good to go. So I like that move for both teams. It's not... I just don't really know what the Braves, or how the Braves are going to utilize Arcia with their shortstop already being Dansby. Are they going to give up on Dansby? Are they just using him off the bench? Are they going to use him up the middle? But they have Albies as their second baseman. Maybe they put him at third. There's a lot of moves they can possibly make there. So it's an interesting trade, and I think it's both sides get a good value. And I don't really see any flaws with it on either end. I think it's a pretty good deal all the way around. And then the Yankees get a much-needed left-handed power bat out of Rougned Odor with cash considerations in exchange for Josh Stowers and Antonio Caballo, an outfielder and a catcher. This is a really, really, really low-risk move for Rougned Odor, being that the Rangers are paying most of the salary for the next couple years, and the Rangers had him in the minor leagues right now. He's not playing in the majors, although he's made a pretty significant impact since he has came up with the Rangers. The Yankees obviously have a lack of left-handed power, just a lack of left-handed bats in general, besides Aaron Hicks, who is a switch hitter, and they needed a left-handed bat desperately, and now they have one. The Arizona Cardinals, for football, extend center Rodney Hudson to a 3-year, $30 million deal. Being a Raiders fan, I've gotten to see Rodney Hudson play for a long time, and he's worth every penny. He really is. That guy's a beast up the middle, and he's definitely got to be up there for top centers in the league. He can move for such a big man. He's quick on his feet. Not a lot of people are able to get through him, so they want to protect Kyler Murray and allow Kyler Murray to develop into a top 5 quarterback. That's the way to do it. You protect him. Great line. You get a good line in front of him, allow him to move around the way he wants to in the pocket, and you'll be just fine. That offense is going to be lethal. So if you guys didn't know, Sam Darnold was traded to the Panthers in exchange for a 2022 second, a 2022 fourth, and a 2021 sixth. And that's a pretty fair amount of draft capital in exchange for Sam Darnold, who has struggled in the NFL so far. But a lot of people talk a lot of smack about Sam Darnold, but he really never had anything there. There was no protection for him. He makes really spectacular plays, and I noticed this when he played against the Raiders. He makes things happen, and if he doesn't have to do it as much, he won't make as many mistakes, because when you constantly have to make things happen in order for your team to have any success or have any individual success per game, it makes life a lot more difficult, and you're gonna have more mistakes on your resume when they really aren't your fault. So I'm still a believer in Sam Darnold, and if they can protect him over there, they have a good offense, they have weapons. There's no excuse for him there anymore, and I don't really think he needs one. I believe that he's gonna thrive in Carolina. If he doesn't thrive, then we know for sure that he's not NFL capable. But I think that's a good move. I think they did give a pretty large amount for him, and they also used his option for 2022, which means he'll make $18.8 million, which it's much for what he's done so far. But if he turns out as good as I think he will be, in Carolina. I think it'll be well worth the money for sure. Nick Castellanos fined for his instigation over the Cardinals' benches clearing brawl. They took $150K from him and also suspended him from 2 games. As a baseball fan, you can see why they fined him and suspended him and all that, but at the same time, it's not him being he's not going up there to be a mean guy. If you guys know Castellanos and like listen to him talk, he just cares about winning. He just wants to win games, gets the boys fired up. He's just trying to go out there and win baseball games. I believe he was hit intentionally. He says he asked Yachty and Yachty said no, and he believes Yachty, but it's just the reaction, the body language that the pitcher had after he hit him did not show any signs of like, my bad, I made a mistake, I missed my spot. I believe he hit him intentionally. So when Castellanos did come around and score, he flexed on him. It makes the game exciting. Stuff like that makes the game exciting, and we're punishing players for making the game exciting. You know what I mean? So I don't like it too much. Let them play. It's not like he just walked up and just decked the pitcher for no reason. He flexed on him, but he made a big play. He made a hustle play. He's trying to win the game, get the boys fired up. So I'm not mad about what Castellanos did. Is he in the wrong? Maybe a little bit. You know what I mean? Maybe a little bit. But if he was intentionally hit, then there's 2 wrongs here, and 2 wrongs don't make a right. So fining him, I don't think it was well warranted. But that's that. He'll be back in a couple games, and he'll hit a couple more bombs like he always does. Man's a beast. The Bucks extend Drew Holiday 4 years, $134 million with a 2024 player option. They're trying to build themselves a little big 3 out in Milwaukee with Giannis, Middleton, and Holiday. Holiday is one of the better perimeter defenders in the league. Maybe a little bit underrated on that aspect, but he is a really good perimeter defender. And he can really make a difference for their defense, which already has Giannis, who I believe has a Defensive Player of the Year already. Middleton drops buckets. They all can score. So, I mean, it's just they're missing, like, a really, like, dominant scorer. Like, Giannis is, in my opinion, Giannis isn't a number 1 guy. He wants to... It's like, Giannis reminds me a little bit of Shaq. You know what I mean? Shaq was great. And then you added Kobe to him, and he was lethal. You know what I mean? Giannis needs someone that's like that to go out there and facilitate on the ball. I think that will benefit him greatly, and we'll really see him take it to the next level here if he does get that. And I don't see that from Middleton. I don't see that from Drew Holiday either. And finally, I wanted to talk about Fernando Tatis. If you guys missed it, he swings so hard that he really, really messed up his shoulder, it looks like. It was really weird watching them not carry him, but like help him off the field. He was holding his wrist, but the trainers were holding his elbow, and the media reported it's his shoulder. So I heard a couple of things of what it was. Initially, they said a slight dislocation of the shoulder, a partial dislocation of the shoulder, and then I saw they announced that they put him on the 10-day deal for inflammation of the shoulder, and then watching the Dodger game, they said slight tearing of the labrum. So if it's a mix of all those 3, that is a significant issue, and he really needs to get that sorted out before he even tries to come back and play baseball again, because if anything, he's just going to keep blowing out that shoulder over and over again. And the Padres are in deep with this kid. They have 14 years on him. That's why when they signed that deal, I was kind of scratching my head. He's never played 100 games. He's never played 100 games in a season. So it's just like you dump 14 years into a guy that has never even played 100 games in a season. And he tends to be a little bit injury prone. So he's had issues with his thumb. He's had issues with his shoulder for a long time already. It's a little confusing to me why they signed to this deal. And this is another reason why I never really put him into my top 5 as a shortstop, because he doesn't have the time. He doesn't have the experience. So he's hurt, as I figured he would be hurt. Obviously, I'm not praying that he's hurt, because I don't never want to see, especially such a great young talent. It's really bad for baseball for him to be hurt. for a significant amount of time. So I hope he gets well soon. He comes back and starts taking 3-0 daddy hacks like he usually does. But he really needs to get that shoulder sorted out, because it looks like it's a pretty significant problem. But that's going to do it for this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe, comment what you guys think about all this news, and I'll see you guys next time.